The Last Goddess of Wisdom and Affection. 3. Jiraimaru and the Rainy Needles by Yuki Kato from Japan. Now, Yuzuki was the first girl who went into the cafe. Yoshia reacted to Yuta's word the latest and was wondering whether it would taste too strongly for Kaho or not. She was restless, looking at the backs of Kaho and Yuta alternately. On the other hand, Kaho was cooler and much more like an adult than her. Because Yoshie regretted that she followed Hiromichi, it was too difficult to know that soy powder was needed into dango paste and the taste of matcha. Kaho ate a stick of kinako dango, the most simple one in the cafe, in 2 bites. The taste was a little strong for her, but the combination with the highest quality green tea, gyokuro tea, made her pleased. When 3 of them finished their break time, they could hear the sounds of a horse's steps from somewhere. In front of the entrance of the cafe, Hiromichi was calming the horse down. Then Yuta, following him, told Kaho that it was Jiraimaru. He was swinging his mane once and got closer to her quietly. He bowed, keeping looking at her, to wait for her to touch him. As she touched his left cheek, he rubbed his on the inside of her right hand. He was the earliest to respond to us of his ancestors. He was the first moment when I knew that horses had succession to the blood and spirits not only for us. Kaho was a little earlier to notice this than me. For Yoshie and Yuzuki, Jiraimaru innocently seemed to play with Kaho. While Yoshie kept taking pictures with her phone, her theme was wetted by a clear line. Yuzuki was calling her abnormal, but she was charmed by Jiraimaru liking people. Because she had touched her phone in the pocket of her skirt a couple times with frustration for the dead battery of her phone, it was very easy to know that she really wanted to take pictures of the scenes of crazy Yoshie, friendly Jiraimaru, and gentle Kaho. After his enjoyment with Kaho's right hand, Jiraimaru reacted to Kaho's left side to let her touch the saddle with her right hand. Hey, you are a good boy to come back here by yourself. I have to leave the forest with those girls. Understand? Kaho tried to let him say yes. Jiraimaru was trembling in his voice to reply to her and bowed more deeply. He remembered our blood well. Kaho was light enough to ride on his back as if she was stepping. He gave a loud, and it was very easy for him to step down the stairs and the slope on his path. But Kaho, Yoshi's shout became rapidly smaller and was fully disappeared by the sounds of his steps and ribs rubbing. It was very free for Kaho not to worry about Yoshie and Yuzuki. Jiraimaru, keep being a good boy, Kaho told him, and he stepped there quietly. In front of them, there was the small shrine where she met Hiromichi. As he said, "Yes, lovely boy," to him, he looked happy to put his nose into her hands and rub it into them. Then she was down to the right from some crevices of the shrine and left him. This time, "It's mine," she whispered. As soon as she put her right arm into the right, hers was swallowed up in the shrine. She was naturally surprised at that moment, but since the beginning, it had been very clear for her to know that it was in the shrine. As she pulled her arm from the shrine, a bow was in her hand. That was the bow of the rainy needles. It was the only weapon in the world that I had succeeded to my descendants. It was also very natural to accept Kaho as its master with green lights. She had the pearl on her back, and the numbers light green lights were visible through the crevices of fibers of her sailor uniform. During that moment, Hiromichi arrived at the press with another horse. As soon as she turned to him, he put her left knee on the ground to take a formal attitude. I really would like to apologize to you for taking the lazy attitude at that time. My master, Kaho, he said to her. However, she said to him, you have worked to keep my bow of the raining needles well risen. Nijiraimaru up as a good boy. Thanks for your loyalty. It is great to notice myself too, even though I didn't give my last name that you had hoped, did I? You're very smart to play yourself with I had wanted. Who can say that you are a lazy man? Without my guidance, Kaho was already a great master for him. Inside myself, she was trying to protect herself from the fact that she had become a perfect goddess and to scratch her uneasiness or fear out. However, your grandson Yuta is a great man too. I'm very sad to finish the role in your generation. I really hope he has another way to live except for the Dango Cafe. We had wanted to say that not to restrain Yuta too. Excuse me, my master. I'd like to make sure to understand the meaning of what you said. Isn't Yuta good enough to be my successor? Hiromichi asked Kaho. Thank you.